Let me describe a moment every leader recognizes. The dashboard is green. The meeting ends on time. Everyone says, "We're on track." And you walk out with that feeling in your chest because you can tell something is off. Not in the metrics, in the room. The pauses are longer than they should be. The language is too polished. And the real problem shows up later through a customer, a quality escape, overtime, or someone quietly resigning. That's what happens when truth gets expensive. Quick note before we begin. The views shared on Compass to Practice are my personal views and do not reflect those of my employer or any current or former company. I do not share confidential, proprietary, customer-specific, or employer-specific information on this podcast. I'm your host, Antonio Irizarry, and today's episode is When Numbers Stop Telling the Truth. In this episode, we're going to do 3 things. 1. Define what false green actually is. 2. Explain why it happens in good organizations. And 3. Give you one practice you can run this week to restore signal without turning your meetings into courtrooms. But what is false green? False green is when a metric is reported as healthy, but the work underneath it is not. It's not always dishonesty. Most of the time, it's adaptation. When pressure rises, people start asking, what can I defend? What can I safely say? What version of this keeps me out of trouble? So reality gets edited. Not with malice, with survival instincts. And here's the cost. When truth arrives late, it arrives expensive. False green usually forms when 3 things come together. First, consequence. If showing red gets punished, red will disappear on paper. Second, incentives. If leaders praise clean decks more than early warnings, the deck becomes the product. Third, meeting behavior. If the room treats uncertainty like incompetence, people won't share early signal. They'll share only after they have enough proof to survive. That's how you get a culture where everyone looks aligned and the customers still get surprised. Here are the signs you're living inside false green. Risks show up late as outcomes, not early as signals. Everyone is on track until suddenly they're not. People use soft language, watch item, noise, minor slip. Heroics become normal. Weekends, rework, overtime, and special pushes. The floor feels tense while the dashboard feels calm. If your dashboard is green while the organization is running on heroics, you're not looking at performance, you're looking at coping. This is where the leadership compass matters. False green is a leadership signal that 2 directions are drifting. Humility is slipping. Leaders stop asking what they're missing. Clarity is slipping. Teams stop naming reality and start naming optics. When humility is present, truth gets cheaper. When clarity is present, action gets cleaner. So the fix isn't more accountability pressure. The fix is restoring signal quality. Here's the weekly practice. It takes 15 minutes. It changes everything if you repeat it. At the end of your staff meeting, ask 4 questions. 1. What are we calling green that feels red on the floor? 2. What risk is being absorbed locally right now to keep it green? 3. If this becomes a customer issue, what will we wish we had said today? 4. What is the smallest action we can complete in the next 7 days to reduce recurrence, and who owns it? Then do the most important part. Make the follow-through visible. Not a perfect plan, a real action. Truth becomes safe when people see it leads to learning, not punishment. 1 rule, system first, barrier second, owner third. If someone says, it's green but it's messy, you don't respond with, why didn't you fix it? You respond with, what barrier is forcing the mess? What trade-off are we asking people to make? What would remove the pressure to hide it? That's how you turn false green into real improvement instead of a courtroom. Here's the challenge for this week. Ask the question once, what are we calling green that feels red? And protect the first person who answers honestly. Because that moment becomes your real operating system, not the dashboard. Until next time, turn intention into behavior. Follow me on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want more information, visit my website www.compasstopractice.com.